Hi guys, this is David White. Uh, this is my YouTube channel. I'm a machine learning engineer, and uh, basically, this channel is just all about uh, machine learning and artificial intelligence and deep learning, and something I'm passionate about. So, okay, here's a pic of me. I'm not really going to be showing my face throughout my videos in this channel. This video is kind of like an introduction to what this channel is about and what we are going to be doing. And it's really not going to be me being like a mentor or something. It's more of me sharing what I know and trying to gain knowledge from other people. So I'm always open to comments, criticisms, and contributions. So, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to create this channel? First of all, I want to learn. So I heard someone say the best way to learn is to teach, and I've learned a lot over the past couple of months that I started this exciting journey, and um, I feel like I can share it, and by sharing it, I get to learn more. So I also want to help new guys in the ML space. It's really confusing getting in. There's so much talk about it, so much resources online. It's easy to get distracted, it's easy to waste time. Yeah, so it's just basically me helping you guys in the email space. And I want to connect with people like you guys, um, work on projects together, brainstorm new ideas together, and stuff like that. And also, it's fun, so it's good to try new stuff. And in a more personal note, I have a different perspective of life, and uh, so I've decided to change many things in my life, and one of this is one of those things I decided to change is basically try and be out there more and try and share more and try and relate more with people like you guys. So, what we'll be doing on this channel or this series of channels, because it's not just going to be one. Okay, it's one channel, but they're going to be like different playlists and courses, kind of. So there will be the ML, not channel. There will be the ML part of things. There will be the deep learning part of things where I get to build deep neural networks from scratch in Python, implement algorithms. There'll be math, there'll be calculus, there'll be all those scary stuff. But we're going to get through it. So there will be the AI part of things where we talk about research and we read research papers. Like every week we pick a research paper published by, let's say, Harvard or Stanford or MIT or Google or Facebook, and we walk through these papers and we build stuff based on these ideas proposed by these papers. Yeah, that sounds exciting, right? So what is so let's talk about machine learning and me, and then that'll be it. So what is machine learning? Machine learning is basically, for me, it's I see it as a way um, softwares or computer programs can learn to recognize patterns and basically uh, make decisions without being explicitly programmed. For example, um, let's say I want to detect whether a sentence is denoting something positive or negative. I could hard code it in Python and say whenever I see the word mad or the word crazy or the word fool or the word bad, I can say that sentence is negative. And whenever I see the word love and the word right and the word cool, I can say that sentence is positive. But then that doesn't really work because there are like thousands of words. But then we humans can detect what is positive and negative, and we can train computers to understand um, text like that. So that's basically NLP. But then that's the whole idea of machines learning. So, what are the exciting projects I have that I've done? Okay, so currently I contribute to an open source platform, an open source AI platform for uh, a particular for a couple of companies, and um, basically I build ML models, ML systems, ML pipelines for solving specific problems like problems in real estate, computer vision. Okay, previously I did something in real estate where I built a model that can predict the price of a house based on certain features of the house, like number of rooms it has, the type of roof that was used, type of construction materials. Was it cement? Was it bricks? The kind of bathroom it has. Does it have a bathtub? Is it tiled? Number of kitchens? Is there a swimming pool? So basically all those features, and there were about 78, no, there were about 74 four features. There were 78 features for each house, and I ended up using 74 features for the models. So I built different models. I built a neural network, a deep neural network. Okay, it wasn't really deep, but a neural network. I built a model using a lasso regression. I used the normal regression. I used random forest algorithm. I used XGBoost, and I used the stacked um, algorithm. Yeah, the stacked model algorithm. So that was one project, and I okay. So it did very well on Kaggle. It was a Kaggle competition actually, and it's you can search it. It's the Boston House Prize competition. So the model did really well. I think it had a 91. It had a 0.9 accuracy. 0.9 something accuracy. The model that did really well in particular was the random forest model. And what's intriguing is that it did better than the stacked regression model, which is somehow odd. That was a fun fact about the project. So, what other projects have I worked on? I worked on a model. This is a computer vision project now. A model that takes in an image as input. It's actually a deep learning project. It takes in an image as an input and determines whether what fashion item it is. Is it a shirt? Is there a shirt in the image? Is there a trouser? Is there a bag? Is there a shoe? So yeah, and for that particular data set that I used, there are about 7 or 8 classes of fashion items, and there are about 100,000 data sets. Um, what else? Okay, so recently I'm currently working on um, two projects. One is using ECG data from the hospital, that thing that basically detects your heartbeat rates and displays it in the hospital. Yeah. So we're using the data to find heart diseases in patients. So by taking a sample of your ECG data, we can say, oh, you have this particular heart disease or you have that heart disease. And if you think of it, it makes sense. And I'm also working on a computer vision project where I'm using the images of a patient's x-ray to determine whether the patient is likely to have pneumonia or already has pneumonia. So um, the impact of machine learning and AI field is very broad and sensitive. And when you're working on projects like this, it's really exciting because you know that what you're doing really impacts people's lives, and what you're doing, there's no standard way of doing what you're doing. There can always be breakthroughs. There's room for innovation. So that's basically what drives me and excites me. So, what languages do I use? I mean, programming languages. I speak English, but only English. But what languages do I use? I use Python on a daily. I write Golang and C++. Yeah. So I write C++ basically for computer vision stuff. I'm not really doing a lot with C++ now, but in the next 2 months I should be working on something that has to do with self-driving cars and robotics. But for now, I use Python a lot, and I build a lot of models and solve a lot of models with Python. Uh, so basically, in these channels or these playlists or these courses and videos moving forward, what are we going to be building? So for the machine learning part of things, we're going to be building um, stuff on computer vision. It's going to be mostly computer vision because that's like my area of specialty. I chose to, and one thing is that specializing in the field of AI is very key because there's so much knowledge, there's so much research, there's so much you can get carried away. One day you can be doing NLP, and that day you can be doing signal processing, and that day you can be dealing with this data, and that day you can be dealing with images or videos. Then there's so many libraries and frameworks, there's so many algorithms and concepts, so many books. It can just get so overwhelming. So it's really cool to specialize. So for me, my specialty is computer vision, and I love um, I love neural networks. I love deep learning. So we're going to be building a lot of stuff around computer vision. We're going to be doing image classifiers. We're going to be doing image classification. We're going to be doing object detection. We're going to be working with video data, OpenCV, and the rest. So we're going to be using a lot of Python. We're going to be using Jupyter notebooks, training models on the cloud. And if you want to do it locally, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to make videos on Jupyter notebooks, basically teach you like from scratch, basically. So that's basically it. And we may also explore a lot of other things in other playlists. We are going to be reading research papers. So at some point, okay, we're going to do a lot. There's a lot of things that we're going to do. This is going to be so fun. So at some point, we're going to take a research paper. We're going to read it, digest it for like a while, and we're going to implement it in PyTorch or TensorFlow or Keras or something. Um, in another part, another playlist, we're going to be building a neural network, a deep neural network from scratch with Python, and we're going to be going through a book, and that book is one of the hottest books in Silicon Valley when it comes to deep learning. It's called Croaking Deep Learning. You can search it on Amazon. So that's basically what we're going to be doing, and it's going to be so fun. So, what do you need to get started? Well, um, I'm not going to slow down. There's going to be lots of information, and there's going to be lots of stuff we'll be doing. So, I advise that you are comfortable with personally reading and researching stuff. In the field of ML, you can't escape reading. Like you have to be able to read books. So you're going to read a lot of books. You're going to read a lot of papers. You're going to read a lot of stuff that you understand at first. But what I can just say is that over time you just adapt. Like when you see equations, it's just become sexy or to become attractive or it's just going to become cool to you. So um, yeah. So uh, uh, you need some knowledge in programming, a little bit of knowledge in programming, Python, I'll advise Python. And if you're doing something like Java or C++, it's all good. Python is very easy to learn. You can just go online and read about it. Um, and what else do you need? Mm, you just basically need passion. That's just what I'll say. Because if you're passionate about something, um, when it's hard, you're going to find the energy to just pull through. So a couple of months ago, I was trying to read something and do a project, and it was just too frustrating. And I was really tired. My head was aching, and I just put my head on the table and I was like, God, I need to find a way to understand what I'm reading and find a way to do what I'm like. It was just so messed up. I was a mess, and then I was like, you know what? I'm tired, and I stopped. But the next day, was even next day, next 2 hours, I found myself back on it, back at it again, and next day I was back at it again. So basically, your passion will get you through this. So but anyway, I'm going to open. I'm going to be very open and try and help you, walk you through any issues you're having. So like I said, this is not really like a mentor and student situation. This is more like a student and student situation, but only that I probably started this before you, or I've probably done a couple of things that I have not done. So we are together in this, and we're going to help ourselves through this together. So I'll create a Slack channel, and if you don't know how to use Slack, I'll like maybe post a video or a link on how to use Slack or what Slack is. So we'll have a Slack channel where you can always reach out to me, and I always read comments so that I can always address any issues that you're having. So that's all you need to get started. It's not any programming, your passion, and math. It's not a lot of math, but not crazy math, like not PhD math, but it's no math, calculus, algebra, linear regression, probability. I need to know how to read equations, and I need to be able to think uh, of things in a way, in a mathematical way. But then you'll be fine if you're just getting started. And if you already started doing stuff on ML and already gotten through some stuff, then cool, this will be really fun. So, books that I recommend. Okay. Okay, when I started out last year, November, or was it September, I started this AI journey. I actually started with blog posts on Medium, and I started with linear regression. So I advise that you start with linear regression. Like, linear regression is the place to start if you don't know anything about machine learning. Do not jump to neural networks, do not jump to any algorithms, do not jump to crazy stuff that will just frustrate you. Just understand linear regression, because everything you're going to do, all your neural networks, all your deep neural networks, all your random forest models, everything you're going to do is just based on one simple principle: relationships between variables and finding relationships between variables. And that is just linear regression. So that was where I started from, and I started reading blog posts on that. And then I took a course on Udacity on stuff like that. Then I found out that I was moving too fast, and I had to go back and slow down. Then I took a course from Andrew NG. So try and take courses from these guys. Andrew NG is like somebody that if you're doing anything deep learning and just starting, like you must. It's kind of like you must follow Andrew Ng's research. You must read Andrew Ng's books, and you must watch Andrew Ng's videos. So, and then for deep learning, uh, like I've said it before, Grokking Deep Learning is one of the hottest books in Silicon Valley right now. Like, you really need to read that book. If you've not read that book, you need to read the book, and it's on Amazon. But I don't know if this is legal, but I have the book in PDF, and I think I can give it to you. I don't know if it's legal, but who cares? If you need the book, I can help you with the book if you reach out to me. So, so those are the books I recommend. Basically, grok deep learning, read blog posts. Then, very very importantly, read research papers. So there's something called Google Scholars. So I signed up on Google Scholars. So every week I get a new research paper from the AI field from Google or any other company. But I think it's mostly Google. I get a lot of research papers in my mail. They just send it to you in the mail. And yeah, so that's all you need for books and stuff to read. So I think that's all about what this channel is about. This is basically an introduction to everything what we're going to be doing. Once again, my name is David White, and um, I'm super excited about this journey, and I hope that you're so excited too. And this is going to be fun. Yeah. So lots of code coming and lots of practical stuff, lots of crazy exciting stuff, and I think in a really weird way. So you're going to be seeing me propose a lot of crazy theories and ideas towards stuff. So it's going to be fun.